Hello and welcome to the big question with SnG. Today we're going to be discussing something that has been doing the rounds for a while and people have been asking us to talk about. Can you really separate the art from the artist? And in light with all the stuff that's happening, I think it's a relevant question. The thing is, there's 5 dudes and 5 dudes are going to be discussing this, so it's going to be fun. But we're discussing comedians and other artists as well.
Wow, our podcast has never had a more serious
opening.
Yeah.
Welcome to the news hour at 9 o'clock with Neville Shah.
Welcome to Big Question with SnG Serious.
It's an important question.
especially with everything that's happening right now.
Correct. So I think, let me take the first step. See, Louis C.K. is why we're doing this. This is why, and I felt...
Kevin Spacey also did.
There's a lot.
Yeah, the difference is that Kevin Spacey is not a comedian. Right? He's an actor. And I loved him in House of Cards and Usual Suspect and all of that. But what really hit home for me was the Louis C.K. thing. Because I got into stand-up by watching Carlin and Louis C.K. That's why I was like, hey, you know what, I'm going to do this. I forget doing stand-up. I was attracted to the art as a consumer, as a form, sitting in that chair or in my room watching it on TV. That's what it was. It was Carlin's set. I forget, there was a bunch of things. Get on the plane. There was a set about like airplanes.
In the plane.
Yeah, get on the plane. That bit. And Louis C.K.'s the N-word bit and my daughter's an asshole bit. I think when I heard that
My faggot bit.
more than that,
All of his bits.
yeah, no, when I heard that my daughter's an asshole bit,
You were like, shit, Maynard's exactly like this.
no, this is I was still in college.
Oh.
This is a long time ago, 15 years ago, yeah.
2008.
And I remember listening to that, and sometimes my ghanti bajti hai, dimag mein that I had that like, because I've never heard of any human being talking about their daughter and calling her an asshole.
You've never heard a parent be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've heard honesty, but not like that. Okay.
My child is a pain is most.
Yeah, like.
Arey,
But then
asshole.
But it was like a statement. My daughter's an asshole, and it shook me. Like, how can someone say this? And it tested my boundaries as where I was and how I'd grown as a human being. And I was in my 20s, so I was a lot less immature than I am now.
But you haven't answered the question, Katie.
My question was when this happened, I'm trying to build up the story, you guys. Yeah, खुसम कर रहा था.
यार मेरे को समझना
A
नहीं था.
lot less immature. What were you trying to say?
Okay, maybe I use that one. Like, see, this is because it's emotional. It's emotional.
Continue.
But then, so what I'm trying to say is when I heard the news, everything just fell apart.
Right.
When I suddenly started thinking about his bits, about everything about masturbating and how he came on the news as comedian / masturbator, and I used to laugh because he told this woman on the news, he's like, you know what?
No, that's part of Louis.
It was part of
Oh, it was about
It was all stage.
Fake news!
But whatever it was built up. It all came from a place of it's basically a pervert who's writing jokes about being a pervert.
Yeah.
And now the context changes everything. For me.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that's the problem I have now. Now I'm like every time. So now I don't know how to feel anymore because and all these people that come out. He was never funny. Fuck you.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Fucking,
Yeah.
he is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so weird that you're fighting like this feeling instead of like his video shown up on YouTube. 9 out of 10 times I just click.
Yeah.
And I just watch it.
What is that one time? What is that one time where you're like,
I mean, it's like 99.9% germs wala theory hai. But it's just I haven't been able to. And I want to. And it's like I want him to badly talk about this issue that is happening right now. Like as if it was not he who has done it, it was somebody else. And I want to hear Louis C.K.'s
take on it.
On that.
Right.
And now it's just
Now it just feels like total betrayal.
I actually read about this a year and a half back, like on Gawker. This thing had come out, so it's been in the rounds for a while. But even at that point, I also just dismissed it. Kya hai, time pass hai, kuch hai.
That's actually really
writing
interesting.
this.
But that's actually really interesting. The reason why this is all happening and this has become like this almost this roller coaster of names, Spacey and Weinstein.
Everybody's got the backing now to say it because everybody's saying it now.
Actually,
going alone.
we are at fault.
Yeah.
We are at fault at this because this news comes in and we filter it out. We don't process it really because we don't have that fear that women have. And I just feel like this is the first time I feel men are taking notice. Which is why women are feeling, you know what, I can go and say this.
Yeah.
And every man won't be, it's your fault, you're a slut, you must have done it, you must have worn a short skirt and bent over.
Yeah.
So now for the first time men are like, wait a minute. And that's what's really making me think about this so much, and I think the Kevin Spacey thing was bizarre. I think that was bizarre that he approached a 14-year-old kid and his defense is I'm gay.
Yeah,
that was.
I saw a hilarious meme
But-
also after that. This cop catches a guy for
Yeah.
speeding. It's like you know you were going 140 in a
Yeah.
lane that's 80. He's like,
Yeah.
sir, I'm gay. Okay.
but Louis C.K.'s apology was what?
He doesn't say sorry.
Yeah.
Forget saying
Not
sorry. Forget saying sorry. He. I didn't know. They thought I was like the moment a comedian calls himself funny, I can't do it anymore. I can't. Suddenly I'm just like, oh god, no. Like I just need you to be you and let the audience just figure that funny out. And I'm the part of the audience here.
So there's something I've always wondered about CK, right?
Have you heard Neville this serious?
Somber.
Yeah.
Somber.
So there's something I've always wondered about CK, right? Because like Karan said, I mean, we all revered the guy, right?
Yeah, I never grew up with him.
We all revered CK, right? Now the question therefore was always for me, and I've tried to do stand up in the way that he used to do it, which is take a truth and embellish it to a point where it sort of tries to be funny. My question therefore is how much of it is reality versus how much of it is embellished.
When Neville said it very seriously, like I try to do it well.
Yeah.
I just go into the reality of.
It's not.
And his comedy is 90% guard. Like that's
Yeah.
So, I mean, I always thought he was the kind of guy who was pushing the boundaries of what can be said. Like his N-word bit, that is such a strong bit,
You bet on pedophiles.
N-word.
No, I mean,
pedophiles.
bet on
pedophiles.
Also, yeah.
Of course, but maybe.
Yeah.
But the problem now is that everything he's done will be scrutinized. Right now,
But
all he
that's
is.
a filter,
Yeah.
basically.
coming back to the art versus artist thing. Like it's especially like more sort of mixed up in stand-up because you're projecting yourself as
It's
who you
you.
are exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
with another artist, like Kevin
Even
Spacey.
acting
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
No, but the same thing
No,
goes
but-
for people like Woody Allen and stuff like that. Can you watch Annie Hall? Can you watch stuff like that after?
No, I'm saying there's
No, I mean, at the end of it, Roman Polanski.
Yeah,
Pianist was
also
still
Well, I think
nominated
it-
for
yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
yeah,
mean?
and the thing is, they kicked him out. They kicked him out of the. I don't know. There's the.
What? He's in exile. Oh, bhag gaya hai.
He's
Come
gone
on.
into the US.
He's not coming back because he knows the second he comes
Yeah.
back, they'll
He will
arrest him.
be
They'll
arrested
open the case for him.
And but the thing is, how do you with Roman Polanski? See, you still don't see these people in front of camera. How like that's way
That
more.
shouldn't make a difference.
But the art,
Of course, it shouldn't make a difference. But the thing is, with these guys, it's way more because then you're literally analyzing everything that they've done, looking at this person right now. Yeah.
or like for example Harvey Weinstein. Like he was producing the movies, sure, but the movies were made by a whole set of bunch of 100+ people who were not him.
Yeah.
So should you completely toss out all the hard work that other people have done just because this man's money was in it? That's where it becomes really tricky.
Which is what they're doing now. Like the
Like,
new
you
Wonder
obviously-
Woman movie, she's like, I will not play Wonder Woman on this.
Sure, Brett Ratner.
Brett Ratner is kicked off.
which is hilarious because the reason
great point
so why
about-
she's only in a situation because the studio didn't sign a contract with her. Like they were like Downey has and
because
Ben Affleck does.
they didn't expect
They were like we pay movie by movie basis.
Yeah.
Because she's a woman.
Which is again shifty.
So
yeah.
what Kautal says is a great point, right? Like with Harvey Weinstein and stuff like that, there was money from it was just his money, but there was talent. There was
Yeah.
a talent pool. Same thing with Woody Allen.
All of Tarantino
But
is
with
Harvey
CK,
Weinstein.
but with CK, for example, whether you look at Horse and Pete or everything, I mean, he's been putting in his own money. So now, if you watch his stuff, are you endorsing him? And are you endorsing?
Like, is it wrong to still find him funny?
That's the thing is that that's not going to change. But I think the context has changed.
I don't laugh as hard as I would have.
No, but that's the thing, right? Do you kind of feel guilty if you find him funny?
Yeah.
You can't divorce especially with stand-up, right? You
Yeah.
can't divorce it because everything he's saying it has the appearance of this happened to me. This
Yeah.
really happened to me. So
Yeah.
when he's talking about masturbation, I'm like, oh wait, was this you alone or was this you with people?
Yeah.
When he says your daughter is in the other room, he's like, I'm trying to find a space to masturbate with my family.
Yeah, suddenly-
That's another bit he does. It's like nowadays I'm just trying to find a place to masturbate.
You know when a joke about like a woman had sex with him and then she woke up and she looked at him, she goes, oh my god.
Oh fuck.
He's like, I was somebody's lowest point.
Yeah.
You know, and now you're thinking about that, there's at least 5 women who can say that.
Yeah.
And that makes that joke really like gross for me now.
Okay, so so I mean, let's go back to Cosby, right? Like Cosby came out really long ago. Now, while CK does this whole portrayal of himself on stage and therefore changes the context, with Cosby, do you is Cosby, because Cosby, Carlin, CK for me were always the three
Yeah.
C's that I saw.
I think Pryor was
prior to
Richard
that.
Pryor,
yeah.
But no, for me it was always.
Who, by the way, was a messed up person, by the way. You know,
Yeah.
he used to beat up his own family, he beat up his wife and stuff. Richard Pryor.
So I'm just saying for Cosby, Cosby obviously played this whole granddad, dad
Exactly.
character when he sort of did his stand up and this good guy sort of thing. So is Cosby allowed, by your own filter, is Cosby allowed to is Cosby's art separate from?
Yeah, so I was reading something about this, which is that here's the thing: the grandfather that he played didn't do that thing to those women. It's Cosby who did those things, which is where it becomes a little trickier when it's not a stand-up comedian.
But then
it's
you
sort of justified.
have to think about that, no? Because this guy is
No,
basically
sure.
portraying himself. This
Sure.
is not Cosby
Okay.
saying that I am Ramesh.
I'll give you
Because
another
a character,
example.
basically. It's not a character that he's created on stage.
I'll give you another example.
Just before you say that, even stand-up is an act. It's called a stand-up act.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
but the whole impression is that it becomes more tricky because the impression is that hey, this happened to me, I did this. So you're even if it's suspension of disbelief, there is still a little bit of autobiography in it. So which is where it becomes. But here's my point. My point is that okay, art is one thing, but what about there are lots of scientists who've come out as terrible people. Okay, but they've had immense contributions. And
Einstein himself.
Yeah, and we're
क्या क्या Einstein?
Einstein उसका really बहुत भारी misogynist.
So I mean, there's a lot of art is art is one thing, but for example, there's life-changing things, humanity-changing things have come out of people who were really shit.
Really terrible people.
Yeah. So now I think one way to move forward is that you take what good they've done and condemn, take the work that they've done and condemn the person who did this. That could be one solution, but it's.
You had a point about the Mona Lisa when you were talking.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say was let's say today we realize that Leonardo da Vinci somehow the truth comes out that he was a child molester, maybe a pedophilia or a necrophilia, some really gross shit. So the question is will the Mona Lisa lose value? Will we stop revering that? It's the most priceless painting in a history of our existence. Will that change?
But yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, man. Everything in the world is given meaning by people.
Exactly.
A whole bunch of people came together and said, hey, this is a great painting, therefore great
perception,
painting.
right? We
Yeah,
perception.
so if everyone decides, hey guys, I don't think Mona Lisa should be the most revered thing ever. If everyone says that, value goes down, new painting comes out.
Okay, so then here's my question: if CK today put out if CK in 3 months did, for example, his Netflix special got cancelled. Let's assume he puts his Netflix special up on louisck.net, right, on his website. Would you watch it?
Probably not as excited as I would be.
No, would you watch it?
No, I think I would still watch it, but I definitely know that I'd feel it to be a lot less funnier because you're anyway just sitting yes, saala ne ye sab kiya.
I'd watch it, but I'd be guilty as shit.
No, but
that's what I'm saying.
I think I would watch it for a reason. I think because if he did it in 3 months, he would address the reason for me watching it.
Yeah.
He would know the people who watch him,
Sure,
would put it on their
sure.
head, and he would create a material for
Yeah, but
that.
I would watch it, but I would be terribly guilty.
No,
No, that's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah,
It's just become so you want to there's that innate need to want to watch
But
a CK special.
there's one more component to this, which is that when you're watching the special, you're going to give him $5. They're giving $5 to a person who's you're enabling him to do more shit.
Yeah, you're enabling the power that he sort of.
So then it's just what this.
So then
That's true, but I would not pay.
I think the reason why we're
That's your justification.
No, the reason why we're struggling with this is because we're male comedians, right? We're attached to the idea of Louis C.K. very close because we're men, so we can't. First, you have to imagine being in a woman's position, being
Which is virtually impossible.
No, it's not. But I know women personally who have had men jack off with them. I have a friend in New York where a homeless guy came and started jacking off.
If you go in the morning on the local train, so many of my college friends has to go to jail.
Yeah, this is happening in Bombay. You see videos and photos being put
Yeah,
up.
but they're not revered. You know what I'm saying? They're not icons.
Point being that women have to face it's. So I read this really brilliant piece and I'll post it in the comments of this woman's written this really she lot of caps and 5 points of why this is disgusting and she talked about she's men are afraid right now. What can we do? Everything we do is sexual harassment. We can't do this, we can't do that. What and she's like, listen, the solution is very simple. Listen, watch a woman, see how she's feeling. What she said was sometimes a woman is talking to a man at a party and she'll look at a friend she gives this look to a friend. The friend just knows, listen, I need to go and rescue her. Guy is he's oblivious. So that's the thing, we don't listen. We have no idea. This idea that, hey, we can't woo a woman anymore is ridiculous. I find that very stupid that you can't do anything. So don't grab her ass.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
moronic.
I don't think
Yeah, you
I
can't-
don't
it's
think
not
I don't think
rocket
it's that
science.
bad. I don't
No,
think
trust
it's
me,
that
that
bad.
sounds-
It's fucking terrible, man.
Guys-
It's stupid the kind of stupid like the way guy thinks that this is flirting, this is all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, what I mean to say is that I think that it's not true that you can't do anything. I think that within the realm of
No,
acceptable
Then you
social
come down
behavior,
here and
you
listen,
can.
just
It's
fucking
not
listen
like
and-
it's impossible to woo women. You just don't have to do.
Don't do
like,
it the
don't
Bollywood
grab her
style.
ass.
Don't do
Like,
the Bollywood style,
yeah.
right? Like
if
for
she
example,
says no, listen.
if she says no, don't
Walk away.
Yeah, don't sing a song with all your friends.
Yeah,
वो
like-
नाम है हाँ है culture ना it's fucking
Come bitches.
No, but,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like it's unprecedented though to see what all the people who are involved in making a movie for them or a special for them are doing. Like with Kevin Spacey's new movie, the Ridley Scott one, what's it called? All the Money in the World.
No, they kicked him off.
No,
that.
they
are
shot
reshooting
You should yeah.
his portion, which is going to be millions and millions of dollars, but people are taking that
It
step.
doesn't matter.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
Plus they got Christopher Plummer, who's a really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're killing his character off on House of Cards for the last season and like
No, so
right,
first of
it's
all,
over.
it's the last season.
Yeah, and like they're killing the character off now, and it's only Robin Wright that will kind of lead the last season.
Yeah.
Though it's again shitty that it's like abhi last season.
See, but I mean, now I wonder what all of this. Clearly, this is all happening not here. It's happening in another country, in another culture.
There is an economics attached to this, by the way.
Yeah.
That is genuine
Yeah.
money. You know, like that's sort of good.
It
I was
costs
reading an-
millions to replace Spacey, but it costs more millions if you don't.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
You know, it's all short-term loss anyway. But then, what do we have to about our own culture? Which is obviously we live in Bombay. We are a part of the media in a sense. So, I mean, obviously as guys we've never faced it, but it happens. I know it happens.
course it happens.
It happens, but no, nothing has come out. Not a single name has come out. No woman has come out. And if she has, we have the TVF guy. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, you're just talking about comedians, but I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about people
Look
who
at
are-
Salman. I mean, it's been there for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
Salman's fans can totally separate the art from the artist.
I don't think they have the ability to make that distinction. You need a cognitive
What do you
ability.
mean?
I think Salman fans don't think it is art. It is just Salman doing his daily shit.
That's true.
सलमान अभी बॉर्डर पे गया बच्ची को बचाने के लिए अभी वापस आएगा बॉम्बे में थोड़ा
When you say Bachi, no, it couldn't.
There's a article I read a couple days ago about Priyanka Chopra, who apparently lost out on a bunch of films from a big producer
at the beginning of her career. Yeah.
because she refused to wear
But
itty-bitty
the
clothes.
South industry, it's happened to me, but it's like it's very tiny compared to what actually happens with all my friends who are actresses and like
in South.
in the South here, it's fucking shitty. It's the like I go like there are a few casting directors who are good. These guys are actually no, that guy was fucking sleazy. It made me feel very uncomfortable when I was auditioning. And so it's one of those things where and it's always it's like she's like this guy's an asshole.
So
this
that's
guy's
the
an
problem.
asshole. And I've personally
So why don't the names come out, right?
They're scared.
Because
there's
there's over there, I don't think any of these women who've come out fear for their lives. They obviously are going to get hate from fans and all that, but not here. There's an actual threat of violence in this country. Like suppose a woman today said Salman Khan. Obviously, totally made up hypothetical. I have no idea about this. Salman Khan did something.
Ex-actor.
Yeah, but someone who has
Revered,
someone who
revered.
has like a following like that, you know.
A rabbit for
What would happen to her? She would have to move. She would have to leave. She would have to have police protection.
No, I saw a video today. Randomly, it was a documentary on PT Usha, and she was giving the interview. She came in 4th at the '84 Olympics. Then she qualified again for the '89, and she was injured and had to come back to India. She says people used to throw stones at my house and insult me in ways that she came 4th at the fucking Olympics by 100th of a second.
Yeah.
And they are fucking. She's like, I started questioning why I got into sport.
Yeah.
This is
Even-
PT Usha.
Even every
105 fucking medals.
every time India lost to the Eden Gardens, they used to just
हाँ वो तो
wide scale.
No, but
Also,
I think
more so because
that becomes
like,
something
what
totally different.
like she went through as a woman. I think that was
Oh,
way
okay.
more like it is just like the kind of insults that they would throw at her were very personal.
Okay,
The
okay.
kind of shit they were saying to her. So it was just like
I don't know what is considered condemning this behavior and what is considered condoning this behavior. Is it like like for example the fact that we're doing this podcast and pretty much all of us have said that we would watch a Louis C.K. special. I mean, is it condoning or is it condemning? I mean, sure, we're trying to justify it saying that we'll be guilty, or I won't pay to watch. Whatever the reason being that, yeah.
No, that was my reason. I was just making
Yeah,
a
I know. I'm just trying to tell you,
okay,
whatever
so
be the
suppose
case.
Baby Driver. Like I love Edgar Wright as a filmmaker. Like he's By far one
but
of
if he
them.
turned out to be Edgar Wrong, then.
Let's do that. But Baby Driver, Kevin Spacey.
Right. हाँ पर वो देख लिया already.
हाँ, but
मैं वापस नहीं
watch it
देखूंगा.
again.
अभी
Yeah.
Blu-ray पे नहीं देख रहा.
Yeah, that's what.
Four of y'all, would you watch a Louis C.K. special in 3 months if he had jacked off in front of you?
Mm-hmm. No.
No.
I don't
think so.
And that's the fucked up thing, right? Because
No,
we all said
yeah,
yes.
and you have-
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Because that's really what. Let's forget the line men and women.
Yeah.
Let's just think about humans. He's
Yeah.
walked into his room. He's jacked off in front of you. Are you going to sit there and say, you know what? I'll give you $5 in 3 months to watch your special?
But you're a funny guy. Yeah, you won't condone it. And the
Yeah.
thing is, you
Yeah.
have to.
That's a great point.
And that's
really
that's
good.
actually that's the end of this.
That's really
Yeah.
How come just imagine this
Yeah,
happening to
fuck. Yeah.
Okay, no, and I mean the way Karan puts it, the context, I think the harshness with which he said it also, he didn't set us up for it, right? Like
Yeah.
just the way he said, he masturbated in front of you, we would watch it. And just the thought is harsh enough.
That
the
moment-
act would be worse.
When you guys reacted to that question, that moment has to be the thumbnail for this video.
Can are people capable to change that? Are we
No, I think
Absolutely.
there is,
Absolutely.
everybody is capable of change.
and would you then give them a second chance?
I mean, it depends on the repentance, right? It depends on how you repent.
The penance for
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So with Mel Gibson, for example, I mean,
I don't know what he's done. I mean, what he did to redeem himself.
Exactly.
But if you can redeem yourself, sure. I mean, that's what the justice system is built on, right?
Also, we have, this is I'm a huge Tool and Perfect Circle fan. There's a Perfect Circle song called "By and Down," which the lead singer Maynard, he writes about how people don't really know him. They think they know him because they see his words through his art, but all they see are shadows. They see, like on Facebook, we just see a certain part.
slivers of us. right?
Slivers of us, right? You don't see the whole picture. And he writes a song about being basically all celebrities are Pied Pipers.
Yeah.
You have no idea. The Pied Piper, all these rats following him, right?
Mm.
But who was he? What was his likes, dislikes?
It was Ritik in an ad.
Good. Yeah, actually.
Get the fuck out of here!
It was Ritik in an ad.
Ritik in an ad.
And here's my point about that ad, just to make. I mean, they've just insulted the audience saying you're a rat. Like, that's what they've done in that ad.
No, rats follow him.
Yeah, precisely.
He's not a rat.
No, the Hrithik Roshan ad. He's
Hrithik
still
Roshan.
stuck with Hrithik.
I have not seen that. Anyway.
Oh, you mean Ratic?
Hrithik Roshan.
There's tons of scenarios where underage girls and what is that called when your fans are sleeping with you? What is that?
Groupies.
Groupies. So there were tons of these like groupie.
Hey, by the
who were all
way,
underage
you know what they
and
call women? Very sexist. What they call women who sleep with comedians? Clownies.
Oh,
stuff. Are you serious?
That's why nobody sleeps with them.
Exactly. Nobody wants to be a clown.
Yeah, too clowny.
Clowny.
No, but I think like one of the other things that came out of this whole the Louis C.K. incident was one very valid point, which is that, hey man, like everyone's complaining, shit, all my idols are going down, all my things are going down. And there was this tweet that came out which said that, look, if all your idols are going down, then why don't you have more women idols?
That's a great point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very valid point.
Yeah.
You just don't have them.
Yeah.
And we should.
Damn.
Okay, so finally, can we separate the art from the artist?
I think if they're alive, no. I think they have to be dead for that to happen.
That's actually.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is if Louis C.K. kills himself tomorrow, you'll be like, ah, take it.
After a while, it'll be, yeah. See, for example, today someone said George Carlin was like this. Hey, mar gaya hai yaar, chodo usko.
I feel you have to condemn what they've done.
Yeah, you'll have to attach it to the name. I think that
You
can't
have
be
to, but I don't think it's wrong for you to say that I found him funny or I like his. I don't think that is wrong.
No,
because-
found is fine, but will you continue to?
No,
The real question.
I can't.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen because no matter how good a special he writes or how good a movie Kevin Spacey does, the knowledge of what they have done is going to be in your head. It's not going to just be taken off. So you are not going to feel about it the same way you would have say 3 months
So
back.
so the context is super important.
It is.
Yeah.
And especially in today's day and age, in like the social media day and age, you totally can't because you're always seeing the people who are making your art. You're never not seeing them. They're a part of your life, and you can't. I don't think you can.
All of us have gotten pretty stunned by the questions we've asked each other. Really. So,
On that serious note, that's it from this episode of The Big Question with SnG. We'll see you again next week and don't write anything in the comments.
yeah. He'll block the comments. No, but that's it. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.
See you.
Gym